Hello, everyone. Mark here, Mark's Max Muscle, and we have a big one today. 2020 Big Ramy, no pun intended there, versus 2022, this year's. His Olympia win in 2020, his very first Olympia win, first of two. And of course, this year he got fifth, and I excluded 2021. I think that it deserves a one-on-one comparison between 2021 and 2022, and I would like to individualize the comparisons. So let's see if this so-called best version of Big Ramy is actually that much better. Now this, don't look at this picture, guys. His legs aren't even flexed, first of all, but look at those abs. Look at those abs. Just a quick glimpse, if that gives you any impression on which version is better. Now, there's going to be a few pitchers in this matchup, like this one, that are going to be debatable. Size is distorted when you're using these pan back pitchers like here in 2020. But, like I said in the other picture, even in this shot, you can see his abs. Something happened to that midsection this year. Little wishy-washy. We're not too focused on those holes in those quads just yet, but we will be. Now here is the first debatable picture. 2020, this was a terrible picture. This is the pose that he is hitting in NPC News Online. Not even flexing his arms. Pulling a vacuum shot there in 2022, this year. But I'm going to tell you right now, when it came to the posing in 2020, he would hold that shot. They'd call for it. He would hit it, and he would hold there. Boof. Whereas in 2022, do you see that? He would hit his vacuum, and then he would crouch down like this. And the little guy who posing, he hides away. He crouches away when he poses. And then the big guy comes right up. And yeah, 2020, again, this is a blurry pan back shot. He is actually flexing here. You can gauge that he was not flexing those arms for the NPC News Online pictures of the front double. Now, rest assured that we will have some excellent pictures for the rest of the poses, like this front lat spread. And now we can gauge the differences between these two. And obviously, I'm not saying 2022 was better. Nobody in their right mind would. His midsection, it does appear to be a little bit more blurred out. You could see that in the video footage more so. His lats are good and filled out. I'll give 2022 that. And those holes in the quads, yeah, you can see them. He has more oil on him, which makes for more sheen, I think. But that does not mean dry condition at all. But it is shiny. It is sheeny. Look at his arms. Look smaller in 2022. And his big old elbow. Now, I'm not dissing my man, Momda, because he's got a big pointy elbow. Ronnie Coleman had to deal with that. Chris Dickerson had that. It's probably from lifting too many weights. So we can't be mad at him for that. But it is a visual sport, guys. And it doesn't look as clean and neat. Turn to the side. This is a fun matchup. This is a fun comparison. No pressure here. It's the same guy. Obviously, 2020 is going to be better. Now, I made him a little bit taller here in 2022 because he's holding his leg a little bit straighter. Look at his knee. Is it just me? Or is it pointier, like his elbow? Maybe? I don't know. Maybe it's because he's holding his leg straighter. That knee points out. But the quad looks rounder. You see that? Maybe a little slightly smoother too. But either which way, I'm not going to say one's way better than the other. Side tricep. Kind of the same thing here as the front double for 2020. He wasn't really straightening. He was not straightening his arm out properly, I don't think. He was more of a statue. He would hit the shots and hold them there. Whereas in 2022, was not holding the poses as long. Now look at the quads. Take a close look at the quads. There's that suspect hole. The hole. Hey, Billy, find me a way to this hole. This place is too hot for a pickup. He said this place is too hot for a pickup first. Then he said, find me a way to this hole. That's a little Predator information for you guys. But yeah. His legs are better. Back to the matchup at hand. Now let's have a look at the backs. Ooh, you know what the first thing that I notice here is those elbows again, but the lack of tricep. And you know what? And yes, I've looked at the rest of the pictures. His arms were a lot bigger in 2020. And you could not tell that because of the crummy shot, the crummy picture. He wasn't flexing his arms. And then the blurry picture couldn't see that. But his arms, trust me guys, they're a lot smaller. Now back, hard to tell, to be honest, with this one. His traps actually look pretty big, but the lighting's different. Keep that in mind. He's in condition, for sure. I would say glutes, hamstrings. The guy's not holding a whole lot of water from behind. So I don't think that should be the complaint. But yeah, here's the rear double. And this is the difference, guys. Look at the arms. Look at that. And the back. Look at the lats. Look at the outer lat. Look at that. The left lat especially. Look at the outer left lat. Lat insertions are definitely a lot thicker. They're reaching down lower in 2020. It's a cleaner, neater, bigger, much more presentful shot. Again, I don't have... what are those bumps? What are those bumps on the top of the hips? Hunter Labrada had those too. Sorry, guys, it's Christmas. We already had some Chardonnay. Is that what they call it? The rich people drink it. Chardonnay. But anyway. Yeah, hamstrings, little drier. But again, yeah. Look at there's a lot of oil, a lot of shine, a lot of sheen on 2022. But that doesn't mean condition, guys. And again, I've got to speak of the traps. Thought they were bigger for 2022. No. They're smaller. And here's the abs and thigh. These last two shots, these were the most telling. The abs are much more cut. He was too full. Maybe he had something wrong with his belly, guys. It was distended. It was distended, for sure. Nice six-pack, clean, neat. 2020, he looked fresher. And I said we're going to mention the holes in the quads a little bit later on. Here you go, guys. If you don't think that the judges are seeing those holes now, Xavier Wills didn't really have to make the video about it. I'm saying it's not his fault. Good information. Love the channel. Desktop bodybuilding. He was one of the first ones to focus attention on these holes in the quads. And this abs and thigh shot, I mean, he's got the washed out abs. He's got the holes. Hey, Billy, find me a way to those Ramy two big holes. No disrespect meant to that big man. Although I was just being very disrespectful, so I apologize. And here's the most muscular. And condition-wise, 2022 is going to get, talked about as his bad condition. His condition wasn't all that bad. I think he just messed up that day, and that can make your condition look a whole lot worse. But we could see from the back, his glutes were in, things of that nature. His midsection was washed way out. The size of the quads bulging out there. Big massive holes in there too. Yeah. Maybe some lack of separation for those legs in 2020. Could be that he's not flexing them, guys. But I'm not covering for him that much. I mean, hey, it is what it is. Look close at the pecs. Nice striations there for 2022. Not quite as deep. You can see the striations in those quads. 2020, maybe a little bit more chiseled. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my opinion on it. It's obvious. I think the midsection, the lack of triceps, biceps, I wish we had some good clean shots, fair comparisons of the front double, which we will for 2021. I'm going to do that comparison. But like I said, I think it was definitely worthy of a one-on-one to focus the attention on, how much different did he change from here in 2 years? Now we're going to see how much different he got in 1 year. Next matchup. Hit thumbs up, guys. And if you celebrate the festive holiday, then Merry Solstice. Merry Solstice. Hit thumbs up. Subscribe. Have a great one.